All right, are we back? I think we're back. I think we are back. Wonderful news, everyone. We are finally back. Yes, indeed. Talk to me about this audio sync, huh? Talk to me about this audio sync. Are we in? Is it fucked up? It's good. Cool. Thanks so much, Ellie. Namaste. Looking great now, sounding great. Blessings to you, Pimperknuckle. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, it's Cherish again.
Cherish, welcome back. Fuck the haters. You can cuss all you want tonight. How are you? Message for the haters?
Yeah, get fucked.
Get fucked. Walking, are you watching? Cherish says get fucked. Often the passive partner in yoi is described as being wet with liquid of an unknown origin and a device referred colloquially by yoi fans as yoi juice. Yoi juice functions as a form of self-lubrication is similar to vaginal lubrication. Chill considered the hypothesis that yoi juice was intestinal fluid, but concluded that intestinal fluid lacks the necessary viscosity, lubricity, and quantity to be used as lubricant. Namaste. Thanks so much. Appreciate that, Fram. Namaste and blessings to you. Now, Cherish, so you're feeling fantastic. Friday night. Did you work this week?
No, I'm on disability because I'm autistic, but...
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. How long did it take you to get that disability?
Yeah, my mom's trying to yell to talk to you. Here, say something. Just come here.
Not Mish. It's pronounced Yowie. No, it's not. Not Mish. Hush. Go.
Yes, Mom. Mom, can you let me talk, please?
Cherish, what's your mom saying? You just relay.
She was, I don't know. I've probably said this before. She was saying I speak fluent Japanese and live in Japan, but I think I've relayed that before. But
you sure? It's been a while. It's been a while since that's come up, though. I would say it probably been over a year since you mentioned that you were fluent in Japanese and lived in Japan. Larry Pickle Jar says, Cherish 85, put your mom on the phone.
Mom, come here. There's somebody in here that wants you on the phone. Okay, here.
Hey. This is Mom.
Cherish's mom, how are we tonight?
Oh, I've been weeding my flower bed in the dark, but I have my yard light. Yeah.
I didn't understand. What did you just say? You said you've been in the dark, but something? Say that again.
I've been weeding my flower bed out here, but it's gotten dark.
Oh, so you were working in the garden. Okay, I see.
Getting it prepared for more seeds and a lot's coming up. I'm sowing my seeds there.
Friend, we are yoi ma. Do you know what yoi is or yowie?
No, what's yo or yowie? I have no idea. What is it?
Some pornographic thing.
Oh, hell, see, I don't know. Excuse me, cussing, but I said she said it's your night for calling and cussing, so I don't usually cuss. But
you don't usually cuss. Why not?
No, because I just know if you have respect for yourself. Okay, she said, but she's never like that anywhere but on yours. She said, this is where everybody trashes everybody. But I wanted to tell you one thing before I hang up.
Yeah, you tell me.
Nice to talk to you. We have your picture on our refrigerator, a postcard you sent. And I want to say real quick, my daughter's son, my grandson, I'm helping raise him.
Mm-hmm.
And his father died, and that he is so highly intelligent. He's in the gifted category.
Oh.
He's 14 now, having them hormones. Okay, I was talking more than her.
No, you listen. We have a question. We have a question for you from somebody in the chat. Is that all right if I ask you a quick question?
Sure, ask me.
Because you're a sort of mythic figure around here in some parts. You know, Cherish just told us a little bit about you, so we've got some people with some questions for you, if that's all right.
Okay, go.
Larry Picklejar says, caller's mom, how much do you like fentanyl? Like a little or a lot?
I think it's a disgrace. It has saturated the U.S., and it's an epidemic of taking people's lives.
I know,
and
right? It's very sad
mine,
business.
Yeah.
It's very sad business.
Yeah. Kids, young kids, in their youth. It's just of all ages, all categories. It doesn't matter your income, race, anything. But
you see, you see the hopelessness, the tide of hopelessness hit our flyover towns and counties, and then a lot of the weaker ones just get picked off by things like fentanyl.
Oh yeah. And I believe that the government is bringing it in, obviously, because it's saturated here in the middle of Kansas. A conspiracy. Now, my conspiracy theory.
Talk to me about it.
The lower population and the poor and the drug addicts and in the ghettos and things. Well, it doesn't just hit there; it hits everybody.
Yeah, why do you think the government is doing that? Why do you think the government is?
So they want to wipe out half the population.
Well, I believe you. First of all, I believe you. But I am curious. Somebody who thinks about this more than me. Why do you think they want to wipe out half the population? What's their reason?
Because that way, it doesn't cost so much to support all these people that are disabled. Any kind of disability. No matter how, it's going to be easier and lighter weight on the government. They'll never recoup the money we owe, or we are in debt. Never. Too many.
Yeah, right. And
trillions and trillions of dollars.
So they make you wait forever for disability. Disability checks stay bullshit while inflation goes nuts. You're spending $18, half of your OnlyFans income going into just buying eggs. Then we flood the cities with fentanyl. And they're killing. They're Larry Picklejar. Another question for you. Cherish's mom.
Okay.
Larry Picklejar says, caller's mom, who do you think is really taking advantage of, quote, the system? Who do you think is really the mouth on the teat of the system?
There's a lot of people, the young people that are selling their food stamps. It's disgraceful. When they should be feeding their kids. Another is, like I know a friend, and it just bites my ass that she's getting much more than me. When I worked, I was a workaholic, and I love to work, but I'm been through 9 major surgeries, MRSA, death stories 6 times, get nerve damage, and still I fell and hurt myself and busted up my neck again. Yeah, I'm getting too old for this stuff. There's people that are not even injured, they fake it, or they're mental. They could hold a job. They're screwing the system. People are playing it any way they can, and too many of them. So they need to go back and make sure and have them tested. Do they have the medical proof from a special, Yes, stricter criteria. There you go. But also, 30 years ago, when I first was bedridden, there was at that time it was disgrace because there were so many elderly people that died before they could even get their disability because it took years. And that's, our government just don't care about the people.
Larry Picklejar with another...
For the people, by the people, yeah.
Absolutely, okay, absolutely. And actually, we got another question along these lines for you. Larry Picklejar asked...
And by the way, my name's not Cherish. Cherish, if you take her name, take the SH off of it, that's how I spell my name. Sherry.
Sherry. Sherry. Well, it's wonderful to meet you, Sherry. My name's Leslie.
You too. I know. I know. I know because
my
daughter just loves you.
I love you, and I love talking to you. This is fun. Real quick question.
It is.
Larry Picklejar says, caller's mom, how do you fix all this?
I don't know if there is a fix, but they're trying to fix it by killing off half and the lower people that they're carrying their weight. And there's too many homeless. We don't take care of our disabled, our elderly, our children, and our veterans. Why are we spending trillions to help other countries?
Right.
They're going to be there when we need their help? No.
Exactly.
So we've gone to me, it's going
one
to be...
country I could think of them, they get free health care.
Was Canada.
It starts with an I. It rhymes with Israel. They get free health care. Larry Picklejar, Fram's got another question for you. Caller, how would you decide which... So kind of this... Okay, so Sherry, this question I'm about to ask you is sort of putting you in the place of the government, in a sense.
Okay.
So caller, how would you decide which poor people to kill?
I wouldn't kill any of them.
But if you had to, right?
No, I'm not going to kill anybody. I wouldn't be able to choose because their lives are as important as anyone else's.
But if you had to.
If I had to, I don't know. I just can't say I can't. I would not have it in me to kill anybody. And it don't matter how poor, or if you're an addict or you're homeless. They're just their lives, and they're just as important.
Let's say you're a couple. You're a couple. You're a couple sort of. You're a couple MD 2020s in, right? You got some Arbor Mist in you. It's a Friday night. You're allowed to say any cusses you want. And then the government's like, which poor people do we kill? And you're a little loose, right? So you get to indulge it a little bit. Who would you kill?
Politicians. There you go. They're all
but they're wealthy. I'm talking.
Yeah. But they don't matter. They take them to poor people.
Listen, I agree with that. I 100. But more specifically, though, I am interested in the which poor people you would kill if you had to.
I would take the ones that need mercy killing, that choose.
Look at that.
Because they can't tolerate their pain anymore. Like me, I live in horrible pain and crippled by nerve damage. So it's my own personal prison, basically.
Right.
But I couldn't do that. I got a grandson to raise, and
so close to the next level.
Living.
You are burgeoning. Your body is turning against you, and you're in a perfect position to be using explorations with Leslie Tanner. I got to say that to you right now. I'm very inspired listening to you talk. So many questions coming in. Couple more, and then I'll let you go, Sherry.
Okay, I'm enjoying this.
We're all having fun with you. Larry Picklejar says, if we had to fix this by removing a portion of the population, who should be first? Larry Picklejar, I feel like she did answer that question.
No, I got an answer. Let's not kill him. Let's send everybody that has come to our borders back to their own country. There you go. So you're saying we can't support ourselves.
So you're saying, okay. So you're saying anyone that's a citizen of another country looking looking to immigrate to the U.S. You're saying, You're saying,
we give them free medical, housing, food stamps, jobs. Well, we don't do that for our own like we should.
Right.
So why are we letting them all come into our country? Just, hey, come on over.
You're sitting there, a prisoner in your own body.
Yeah.
We got another question from Pepper and Cheney. Okay. What was Cherish like growing up?
Cherish was the most beautiful. She was reading bulletin boards in preschool at 3 years old. Highly intelligent. And she takes care of all the electronics because I'm from rotary age, really fun. If anything goes wrong, I need GPS 5 minutes out the door. Thank you. And I take the medicine I take for my nerve damage, which I took myself off pain medicine just a few years back. But now I know why they said I'd never be able to live without it. I'm bedridden all the time. But I'll get back on it. Just kind of, you can find where I can use as little.
This is why I think you need the program. You need the program, some sort of way to understand your pain and utilize it to really unlock the power inside of you. And this is the gift of this program, this personal power program, is taking exactly this, allowing you to see your pain not as a shackle, not as a prison, but as a means by which to unlock and unleash your true power. Now, I'm so happy to speak to you.
Well, there you go. I really struggle. So people don't understand. I watch everybody walking and on TV.
Right.
Everybody walks. And then I think they don't realize that they do the blessings they have to do. You just walk.
Right, and you're sitting
or to
there.
lay down in bed, go to sleep, you know, or
and your legs are your legs are screaming, right? Your legs are refusing. Your body's working against you.
Down, and then my whole spine's been rebuilt too many times, and scoliosis, my neck.
Oof.
I didn't realize, you know, I have such a high tolerance for pain. I had all my children with nothing for pain.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I'll bet, yeah.
You know, so I didn't realize that's hurting myself, but the men stopped helping me. Only woman in the 4 bays of an aerospace business. I worked in aerospace. I was crane operator. They wanted to choose one person because they had all the best workers on one team that would make bonuses. Oh, I'd go to work on and break a record, but they were scared
who is your least favorite politician?
Well, I don't have least because I don't even watch politics. I don't pay attention, and I don't have anybody. It's depressing. Politics, as my mom told us when we was growing up, huge family, and of course they chose us to get us together. We had so many different religions. He said we don't speak religion or politics because there's no winner. There's no winner.
How about this one? How about this question then? Caller, and this will be the final one. I'll let you go after this. I really appreciate how much time you've given us tonight, Sherry.
Okay.
Caller, what was it? How should we decide which immigrants to send to the prison camps and which immigrants to put in charge of the government?
Prison camps? You mean over in their own country?
You pick.
Not decide
our country, some other country, their own country. Well, you get to pick. You're in charge, right?
And people that are not citizens and that we are taking in the borders to support, and they're just keep big old flooded.
Which ones you put in charge? Which ones you put in the prisons?
Well, none that, and they say was judged in their own country to go to prison. Let them decide and do their own job. We shouldn't have to do their job for them. They should put more money into other countries. There you go. They choose their own politicians because we have our own problems with politicians. You know, our country's got enough of its own weight to carry other countries' weight.
Now, listen, Sherry, I want to tell you something in earnest.
It's nice to just be blunt. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm loving what's coming from you right now. I'm loving your energy, and not to say, I can tell, we can all tell in chat as well that you're a powerful woman, Sherry. You're a powerful woman.
I'm a Leo.
You're a damn Leo.
I am a fighter.
Who's surprised by that?
Strong woman.
Who's surprised that we're speaking to a Leo right now?
Listen to this. I've never had a man one time in my life ever help me. Not that I couldn't have been married. I was extremely beautiful when I was young.
I'll bet.
But that was for the wrong reasons. And should have married, but passed it up. Still waiting for that man that the Lord's going to put in my life. And if not, I'm happy with my family and myself. Have been my whole life.
Well, listen, funnily enough, I'd like to pick up on that next time we speak. Happy with your family because your life, and this is something we talk about with Cherish all the time. Is it sounds like your guys' life collectively isn't that great. Am I accurate?
No, I've always kept men away because
exactly.
I raised 2 children, but I'm too obsessed with my children, and
attitudes.
And I could have, and they would have married me several.
Yeah.
But, and they were great
Was
men,
the guy you almost married, was he an immigrant?
No, none of them were. But in my family, we have...
Some immigrants are sexy.
Well, I like that light skin, a little bit of color, like Sherry's Asian. You know how she met her husband? She should write a book. It was turned in... On the camera real quick. It was started out as a storybook romance. I'm serious, the best, and then it ended in tragedy, and using his father, finding him hanging in the garage before. But I wouldn't have had him now, would I?
100%. 100%.
You got to look for the silver lining and everything. You always got to look for the silver.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry for taking over and interrupting.
No, Larry Picador, Sherry is the pussy fat. That's a question for you.
What? What? Say that.
Is the pussy fat? Was a question.
I'm a pussy fat?
Is the pussy fat?
Oh, no, I'm so skinny. I've been trying to eat like a hog, but No, because I don't know. It's got cobweb. Yeah, I've deprived myself too long. You're looking at young men, every man. Oh God, you're looking at good men.
Pepperoncini, race sexiness tier list. When are we gonna get a racial sexiness tier list? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, I got to tell you first of all, in my family,
we're ready.
My brothers, there's Portuguese, there's 2 Philippine, there's black, white, Hispanic is my daughter-in-law and children, grandkids, and so there's so many mixes of cultures and colors that's not what is important to our family. It's if they are happy with them and they're happy together, and if my family won't, my kids don't like, and my family, I'll ask them. My family don't think they're right for me. They're probably not.
Sherry.
So I just
Sherry
to struggle and have a hard, poor life.
Listen, Sherry, there's so much. You've given us so much, and I can't wait to get into the program with you next time you call. I really appreciate it.
That'd be cool. I'd love to talk to you again. I've enjoyed this. Thank you. I'm on the porch freezing, so I'll let you go.
You get back inside. Well, listen. You
want to talk to Cherish?
Yeah, we'll say night to Cherish real quick.
Okay, and then when you want to talk to me, I'll try to just get in. She'll tell me when you want to talk to me, and I'd love to talk to you. Thank you and all your listeners.
Namaste, Sherry. Namaste.
Namaste.
Sherry, can I have your Percodan when your brain dies completely? Cherish, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
A couple communal visions, one from Trav Cam. Sherry, can I have your Percodan when your brain dies completely? That's a yes. That's a yes. Yeah. Trav Cam called dibs.
Yeah.
Stone Monster 400, caller supports all heroes. Namaste to Stone Monster. Blessings to you. Well, Cherish, listen, this has been a really fun call. I didn't expect to get to speak to your mom so much, but honestly, it was really nice to get a chance to zero in on this character that's been in the background of your life this whole time.
Yeah, she's something, isn't she?
She is. She's something. You got a whole circus over there, Cherish.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, Cherish, listen, is there anything else you'd like to share with the chat before we move on tonight?
Just the standard. I love you guys, and you know what? I just love being here with you all. It's just, I wouldn't choose any other place to be.
Namaste. Cherish, I'm so glad that we've got you back. I'm so glad that you found some time to call tonight, and hopefully the internet stays smooth and you find some time to reach out to us again soon.
Oh, I absolutely will. Namaste.
Namaste, Cherish. Wow. The program works. Ladies and gentlemen, the program works. Regardless of age, regardless of race, regardless of religion, this program, if you are a human being, this program is for you. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight? Michaela, welcome back to the program of Explorations. This is Leslie, and we're cussing all we want tonight. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty freaking good.
Pretty freaking good. Can you pick a different word, please?
Pretty.
Say it.
Fucking.
Say it. Say the whole.
My mom's in the other room. I can't.
Fuck your mom.
No.
Fuck your mom. Your mom's say fuck you, mom. You're a bitch.
No, I love my mom.
You're dumb. My mom's a dumb bitch. Say that.
No. Hey, watch yourself.
I'm not. Listen, you watch yourself. This is the program. I don't know your mom. Your mom could be a beautiful, loving woman, and based on your reaction, I'll bet that she is. But the exercise of verbal violence can be very enriching.
Right. I remember when I stubbed my toe one time when I was a kid, I said criminy.
Fran Weard says, interlude topic, what's the gayest kind of bird? I'm going to throw that to you, Michaela. The gayest bird.
Secretary bird.
The secretary bird?
Mm-hmm.
You knew that so fast. Talk to me about the secretary bird.
It's got this, like, it has, like, extremely long legs.
Real
and
quick
long
affirmation
eyelashes.
for ladies: spread your wings. Tomorrow is an ocean for the plucking. And that was for women. That was for ladies.
Yeah.
Namaste.
I've been
Pimpernel.
saying that. Yeah.
Okay, okay, Secretary Bird, you knew it right away. Talk to me about the Secretary Bird. Tell us all about the Secretary Bird.
So it's this, like, type of bird that has, like, extremely long eyelashes and long legs, and it stomps snakes to death with its feet.
Extremely long legs, and it stomps what together with its beak?
It stomps snakes to death with its feet, and
Wow.
it has long eyelashes.
Wow. Namaste. Long eyelashes, violent, long legs, and that is gay to you. What is gay about the Secretary Bird in particular? What that was? I feel like you've thought about this one before.
Right. It's a very, like, confident, flamboyant bird. It seems like it would be really good at voguing and doing death drops. Have you ever seen a death drop?
Yes, I have. Yes, I indeed have.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yes,
That's
it's been
my
a
answer.
while. It's been a while. There was there used to be this club in Chicago that I would find myself, and they would have a pretty fun drag night every now and again, and yeah, I saw some pretty fun performances there for sure.
I did drag makeup one time.
You did. What was your deal?
I was just with my friend, and I was like, "Let's do drag makeup."
Did you guys give yourself drag names?
I feel like I did at one point, but I might have forgotten. I've only done it once so far, but it took forever because I had to glue my eyebrows down.
Well, but what about name? Did you go with like Pussy Holocaust or something like this?
I don't know about that one. It's not even a pun. That's just...
Exactly. I think that's what the strength of that would be, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, puns and metaphors are for cowards, and if you just say, like just rancid labial folds or something like this, maybe, I don't know. Or just maybe I burned my labial folds shut. Maybe that's a name. I'm just spitballing right here. You take it or leave it. Is the yoy hole fat? Says Fram Weard.
I won't say anything this time because you got mad last time.
I did. Yes, I did. I remember that very clearly.
I sent that clip to my gay cousin. He thought it was very funny.
Okay, well, good. You know, and I'd love if your gay cousin would call into the program sometime.
I might be able to convince him.
He sounds fun. He sounds fun. Now. So Secretary Bird is gay, but let's get a little more specific. You know, there's the different genres of gay, and if you had to even push yourself a little further, okay, so Secretary Bird is gay. What about if you had to? Because that answer came fast. Let's just do a quick down the LGBT line of birds, and you tell me. Ready?
Okay.
Lesbian bird, go.
Parakeet.
Why? Why parakeet?
I don't know. I think lesbians often just have them.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so and then gay, we did secretary. Okay, bisexual bird, go.
Peacock.
Why? Why peacock?
Because I mean, like, kind of feminine, but also, you know, traditionally peacocks technically have all their feathers out for the ladies. Yeah,
and they're real direct about expressing that. You know, that old saying of how can you tell if somebody's bisexual? Don't worry, they'll tell you first. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So like a peacock, bisexual, expressing themselves. Now, okay, let's go. LGB, trans bird, go.
Phoenix.
What was it?
A phoenix.
A phoenix. Interesting. Why phoenix?
Well, I mean, they die and then they're transformed.
Transformed. Yeah, transformed. I think. I mean, you. we got a handful of trans people in chat right now, and I'm sure they are flattered that they got the phoenix. Lesbians get the parakeet. Lesbians, I feel like, are always getting the shaft, one way or another. Godspeed. Well, we've got Travcam, and then we've got Godspeed. Travcam says, caller, the gayest birds are penguins. We learned this with science like 10 years ago.
Well, if you want to be boring about it. You know,
yeah. Well, yeah. That's a really good point, Michaela. I really appreciate that. Godspeed coming in with another communal vision. Quick poll for the ladies. Did you get your ladies' night postcard yet? I'm getting reliable intel that some sort of rapist or jackal in the postal system may have interdicted them, but curious if others have suffered from such deprivations. Good question, Godspeed. There were 2 people on ladies' night gave me a mailing address, and I sent those out like 2 weeks ago. So 2 people out of all the people gave me the mailing address. So how about that, Godspeed? If we're going to do some passive-aggressive communal visions like that, we're going to try to make Leslie look like a fool on his own goddamn program. I sent you one. Amelia, I sent you one. Did you not get it?
Maybe she just doesn't know how to read.
Amelia, are you literate? Good one. I really appreciate that. That's a question that it would have taken me a little bit longer to understand. I appreciate you getting in there. Mm-hmm. Now, okay. So what? So that's done. Birds, we did that. Okay, so let's get back to cussing, right? What's your favorite? What's your favorite swear? Don't say criminy or anything like that. I want to hear a real one.
I saw a video the other day of somebody saying curse words incorrectly. So it's like, what the bitch?
And hold on, I couldn't. You say that a little louder?
So saying curse words incorrectly is pretty funny. So saying what the bitch?
What's a bitch?
No, what
the bitch? Oh, what the bitch? Oh, that's a fun. Yeah, that's a fun. That is a fun. That is a new twist on an old favorite.
Mm-hmm.
A new twist on an old favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And so what the bitch? Do you ever say that? Do you ever say that?
I haven't yet, but I might try it out. I don't curse very often.
Don't curse. So you don't? Yeah, I kind of gotten that vibe. When do you just find yourself cursing? When do you like? What would happen? What would have to happen, generally speaking, for you to just kind of let it out?
Driving, absolutely.
What was that?
Driving. When I'm driving.
Driving, and somebody cuts you off, or driving and somebody, is going, like fucks around or something. What do you say?
Well, I live in Texas, and everybody has a truck here for some reason. Everyone. And I can guarantee that the majority are probably not doing anything in their lives that requires having a truck. But what they do like to do is drive really fast, really close behind me, and have their LED lights going. And what do you say? If they do something that scares me, I normally say a curse.
Like which one's your go-to though?
Like I'm trying to think. It happens before I can even think of what I'm gonna say.
You say like what the fuck or something?
Yeah, normally that's what I say.
What the fuck? Okay. Well, listen.
Or just F you.
Oh, I love it. Michaela. I'm so excited. You're sitting on a nuclear reactor. You know that?
A nuclear reactor?
Yeah, you're sitting on a nuclear reactor right now. I want to, based on our couple conversations this past, I think it's only been like a week, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's only been a week. I think based on our past couple of conversations, you are sitting on a nuclear reactor of energy, of power.
Oh.
You know, not everybody is. Some people, they're looking to transform their lives when they come here to the program. They want to see change. And of course I can help them instill change in their life, but not everybody's sitting on what I would call a nuclear reactor. And I would say the force under the tectonic plates of the self are in you in particular. There's a lot of something to really let loose, and I'm excited to work with you on that.
So, am I in danger?
No. If anything, you're the world around you is in danger because you're going to be transforming it from the ground up. When you're let loose, everybody will feel the extent of your sort of unexpressed potential. So the world as it stands should be afraid to see you coming.
So what do I do to do that?
You just keep coming back. We're well on our way. We're well on our way. You just keep coming back, and we'll just pick away at it.
Right. Sure. Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, the program works. It really works.
It does. It absolutely does. Well, listen, Michaela, before we move on tonight, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the chat?
I wrote a very boring lab report tonight, but I finished it before I joined the stream.
Oh, so you crossed your T's before you came and hung out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, I wanted to thank you for that WikiWiva art. Guys, the WikiWiva and the Leslie art on the art channel done by Michaela here is out of control. You got to go check it out on the art channel in the Discord. Very talented.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, thank you. I want to thank you for being so generous with yourself. And I'm already looking forward to speaking to you again.
Mm-hmm. Namaste.
Namaste, Michaela.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Hey there, Leslie. It's me, Dipshit.
Dipshit, welcome back. We got a quick communal vision from Mother Nipplebottom. Kiss my ass mistake, guru. Mother Nipplebottom, somebody's got vinegar in their veins. Namaste to Mother Nipplebottom. Just kind of really understanding the spirit of the evening and let it out. You can cuss all you want tonight. Blessings and namaste.
Yeah,
Good to have you, Mother
that.
Nipplebottom. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out.
That's an excellent swearmanship, is what I call it.
I know it's clever, right? I love the combination of the words. The cats are lonely. My temporary roommate is not here to keep them company. Now the cats are lonely.
Oh, you got to take care of those little critters. They're good little buds. They're little fuzzy funny faces.
I don't have to.
You got to make sure that they.
I don't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to, but it's generally in your best interest because the cat gets wild. They'll scratch you. They got a lot of sharp parts.
Yeah.
On those little fuckers.
Yeah, exactly. I know. And pretty much you just got to appease them. I don't know if we got to take care of them. We have to appease them.
I like that. No, I like that. Just kind of a general sort of like look in their direction, acknowledgement. Yeah. I heard just making your noise, fucking up your stuff over there.
Yeah. Listen, the cats aren't coming in here. They're not allowed to come in here. We had an ant problem in the studio, so there's an ant trap, and the cats aren't allowed in here, so they're just gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be careful with your babies. It's tough. It's tough. It's like I had that stuff that was the gel that you put on the little piece of cardboard once, and I had it in my windowsill. And I was worried that cat was going to get it every damn day of the week. I put like a little cardboard barrier over it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he still messed with it. I mean, the more you fuss with it, the more curious they get about it. Like, what the hell is he doing over there? Spent all this time making sure I'm not interested in this thing, yeah? It up. There's something good in there.
Well, listen, dipshit. Something tells me you didn't call up to talk about cats. Dipshit.
No, but I could.
You could. I know, but you got something I could feel. You got something in that heart, got something in that mind, something you want to talk to me, Leslie Tanner, about. I'd love to address whatever is on your heart and mind, dipshit. Go ahead, share with me.
I just gotta say, I miss you, man. I couldn't even call the last time because of the cussing thing. I couldn't even say my name. And let me tell you, Leslie, I'm not gonna say dip shoot or dip poop. You know?
Dip crap.
When I married my husband, I didn't change my name. And no offense there, Guru. I'm not changing it for you either. Okay? So I have waited until tonight.
No, brother, I understand. I understand. Well, I understand. So talk to me right now. You've got, well, there's a goddamn ant. Fuck that ant. Dead.
Good kill.
Your husband, how'd you meet your husband?
Oh, yeah, he was just one of the guys in that mass wedding. But his last name was Chainsaw, Leslie. I gotta tell you, that was a real fucking tempting. Woo.
So wait, how did you meet him? How did you meet him?
He was part of the mass, the whole mass ceremony or whatever, in the group. And then the guy comes up and everyone drinks some Kool-Aid. But this Kool-Aid was
So
cool.
you married him at random?
Not at random, he's just part of the group. I met him a couple times at the things, We had the bowling night. Man, this guy could bowl. I was actually pretty impressed by that. I won't mind sticking in that one later. That's talent.
So what's his first name?
Oh, I really don't want to name one of the people in my mass communal partnership, Leslie. That might be a little personal. His name is John.
Joey.
John.
Joy.
John. Yeah, John.
Joy.
Yeah, John. Yeah. You
Joy
got it.
Chainsaw.
Yeah, so,
any middle name?
Guy. Huh?
Any middle name?
Oh yeah. His middle name. Yeah, there's a lot of people in that group. Let me get back to you on that. You know what? Sarah's really good with the names and the birthdays and stuff. I bet she knows.
And any hobbies? How about hobbies? Husband's hobbies. What does he do in his free time?
Well, besides the bowling, which, he's in a league, but I think they're off season right now because he's been hanging around a lot on Fridays. I mean, he's over here right now. He's over in the corner over there. Hey, baby. Okay. Yeah, you better believe it. Yeah, rock your world, baby. Hold on. Yeah, he saw I acknowledged him. Okay. Hey, I'm on the phone. You can see the phone in my hand, right? I mean, you see it here. Some of these people, I gotta get out of this thing. Hey, Leslie, let me tell you something. Never get married to 20 people, dude. It's almost not even worth it sometimes.
What state did you legally get married to 20 people in?
Utah. There's Utah, obviously, Utah.
Okay.
That's where you could do it. You could do it in Utah.
Interesting.
They have it built into their constitution. Their state constitution is like one of the first things. It's like at the top of the scroll they have about that guy's fancy wooden chair. I read the scroll once, stuck in there, and late at night I wanted to see what's going on in that thing. I thought it would be a magic spell or like a potion.
Who's more? Is you or your partner more sexual?
Leslie, man. Yeah, I gotta tell you. I'm probably the most sexual as they come. I like to fuck, suck, cuck. I buck sometimes. I did a zuck once. So
you're more sexual than he is, though. So he's not as ready. He's a little more maybe.
I'd say out of the group of us, he's probably on the sexuality list. I'll put him in the low, like he's under 10. He's under the halfway mark. Out of the group of us. I'd say Betty is more sexual than me. Betty's crazy. So, she's got those that blindfold on all the time. Like, what the hell?
I don't. Well, yeah, okay.
You got to see. She can see. She just has the blindfold on. It's like a thing. But we got the people that are just kind of hanging out, just like have someone to hang out with, play video games with.
Yeah. Well, communal vision, real quick from Mother Nipplebottom. Mother Nipplebottom says, "God is dead, and the devil is why you get food stuck in your teeth, dumbass."
Oh, yeah. I think I heard that once. That was on a Wu-Tang album, right?
I don't know. I don't really care for them.
Like, huh?
I don't care for them.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, that's fine.
And we have a beef.
Yeah. No, I mean, they start beef. The troublemakers. That makes sense. A guy like you, I'm not surprised at all that you have like good, solid enemies out there, Leslie. That's why I respect you, my friend.
You got to have enemies. You got to have enemies. And the enemies, that I do have, it's not through lack of trying to find common ground and trying to show them the program, but at some point, if they deny it, if they fight it, if they actually try to tarnish your name to other people, then yeah, I've got to beef with them. They're an enemy. And the Wu-Tang Clan is an enemy of mine.
Yeah. Well, I think Wu-Tang said it best, and I think this probably, unfortunately, applies to you as well. But you ain't nothing to fuck with,
If I liked Wu-Tang Clan, I would like what you just said, but I don't. So I don't like what you just said.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So listen, this has been fun. So let's talk about cussing for a second. What's your favorite cuss other than the one in your name?
It's tough. That's a tough one, dude. I like the cusses because you have to get really creative with your cusses to really get an impact. The fact that you cuss is supposed to have like a bit of an impact. It's supposed to kind of like irk someone. It's a verbal attack almost, not like a punch, but like a shove. Like, hey, fuck. And you're like, oh, the other guy just said fuck. What do I do back? Do I fuck back? Do I just pretend like I don't like it? Do I say frick? That's like calling up the ground, right?
You just got your fucking dick kicked in if you say that.
Yeah, you just got your colon kicked up into your fucking lungs, dude. And you don't want to have that. I like the cusses, the combination cusses. I like it. You know what?
I
like
don't.
The cusses
Tell
that
me.
You really can't say. In most places, I like the C one a lot. And because I respect your audience, I'm not going to say it, but the C one's a really good one.
What,
you got to say it. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
cunt can be fun. I feel like the British kind of spoiled it.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, it was a little bit more. Well, here's the thing about cunt. You can't. It's not applicable like fuck is, and fuck is the best one because it means so much stuff. You can use it all the damn time. But cunt, when are you going to use it? Cunting something? I'm going to go to the cunting store. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
There's the Aussies. The Aussies and the British. Well, they all say cunt all the time.
Yeah, they're all saying the same stuff.
Yeah.
The cunt people. Why do we call them Aussies and British? And all and Irish, Scottish. We could just call them the cunt people.
We need a slur for crazy people again.
Oh yeah, you're not going to use the R one.
We need a. We don't even have a slur for them anymore.
Yeah.
But something to think about.
I got to say, if I may, the R one has always been interesting to me because I feel like the R slur, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it because it does offend some folks. But the R slur is interesting because I don't think I ever used it or any of my friends ever use it to refer to the people that it actually is demeaning. You just use it to refer to like your dipshit friend who says something stupid,
The word
like, well, you don't know that R slur. Huh?
Oh, the word retard?
The R slur. Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be sensitive to your audience or what, I don't know.
Oh, I understand. I understand. Yeah, I understand why some people.
I see what these idiots say. They talk about pussy all the time. I don't fucking give a shit about anything. I have no respect for anybody.
Yeah. The thing is, I have nothing but respect for the retarded, retards, mental retards, anything like that. They're very powerful, and I'm not going to, use the softer language that sort of really doesn't really give anybody the scale of what we're talking about. I think there's one thing that is lost in the sort of liberal software updates as far as vernacular is concerned. Friend, we are Junko Kaneda divides expressions of the yoi hole in fiction into three distinct periods from the 70s to the 90s. The 70s were the age without holes. She notes that fellatio appears as the most common sexual act in yoi in the 70s, and that her study of yoi in the Yoshido Yonezawa Memorial Library found no depictions of anal sex. The 80s were the age of hole discovery. The 90s were the age of prostate discovery, with an increase in depictions of prostate stimulation via fingering. So, any final words on pornography or hentai?
I think those anime characters really lend themselves to the hentai and the yaoi, as you pronounce it, which is fine. I mean, why not? And I think a lot of them, because they all have pretty faces regardless of the gender. Very kind of mixed match hairstyles are very fun, very bright. And you don't take the time to draw body hair unless you're really making a big bear fella. And in that case, it's right there in the middle of their chest, like a big tuft. Which is really hot. But I think yaoi really did expand in the 80s and 90s because of the popularity of TV, anime, movies, and so forth, and also just the action genre put a lot of big buff guys on screen. And I mean, we all knew why we were watching, even if some folks had
namaste.
Denial.
Honestly,
namaste,
you shared with us, some pretty succinct information tonight. I think you've dipshit, I really appreciate tonight you came locked and loaded, and I knew you had something to share. I knew that we weren't going to need to tread water with you, that you came ready to rock, ready to contribute, and ready to explore. So I really appreciate you calling in tonight.
Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about balloon animals, but that's all right. We'll get to that next time.
We'll save it. Control S that one for next time.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Leslie, you have yourself a great night. Namaste, sir.
Namaste,
Thank you.
dipshit.
I'm bowing right now. You can't hear it in the phone, but I'm bowing. And, fucking bullshit, come.
There we
pussy,
go.
shit,
There we
balls.
go, you son of a bitch. Namaste.
Nutsack. Okay, namaste. Take care.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Already a call. Damn, that was fast. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
Amelia.
Amelia, namaste, hon. How you doing tonight?
I was fiending to get on. I've been hearing so much about Yoi recently on this show.
Lots of people. It's been a very big theme this week. Maybe we should just do a deep dive.
Yeah, I am, I think, probably maybe an unparalleled expert within your community about these sort of hentai topics.
What, say that again?
I think I may be an unparalleled expert in hentai in your community.
An unparalleled expert in hentai. Which I'll go ahead. That's quite a statement, Amelia, because there are I would say I could think of 2 or 3 people off the top of my mind right now that if I had a question about hentai, I could probably go to them, and I'd be really shocked if they didn't have an answer. But now I would absolutely include you in that. But guys, can we see some ones in chat for if you feel as if you are an expert in hentai?
I would say personally, I've been forged in the fires of the internet myself, and having taken a deep interest into hentai, and not just, the surface level, you go on Pornhub and you see the first, hentai video. No, hentai is much more than those just videos you see on, Pornhub, right? You need to dig deep into the tags, you need to look into artwork, you need to look into GIFs, you need to look into videos, too. You need to look into the Patreons, you need to look into the subscribe stars, you need to look into the Japanese sites, specifically, that are all Japanese, the Chinese sites. You need to be looking into the things that, would baffle not only a medieval peasant, but pretty much anybody. Not even just a regular person, but even the person who you consider chronically
Wow, Amelia,
online,
you have been terminated. You've been terminated by Jen.
Oh, come on.
Wow. I was looking forward to that, but the rule's the rule. The community has spoken through hypocryptomatic. Namaste. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
You can call me Dinky the Dick Destroyer.
Oh, Dinky, welcome back to the program. It's great to have you, Dinky.
I'm so excited to be here, Leslie. I wanted to say some swear words.
Oh, wonderful. Now, what a great person. What a great person to have on such as a night tonight. Now, tonight we're saying the bad words. And Dinky, I'm going to go on a limb. So we know that you're twisted, right?
I'm a twisted, dark murder clown.
A twisted, dark murder clown who thinks weird and bad stuff is good and normal.
That's right. You got it.
Now, talk to me, Dinky. So when I say, what are some of your favorite bad words, should I be asking you, what are some of your favorite good words?
Yes, you followed the logic of my personality correctly, Guru.
Okay, well, listen. It's just funny because I need to sort of recalculate myself to you. I need to reappraise how the language I use. Well, listen, either way, I would consider you to be some kind of authority on bad things and weird things. So, do you cuss a lot?
Oh, I love to say cusses all the time. One of my favorite cusses to say is murder.
Murder. So when do you just break? So wait, you say murder as like a cuss word?
Yeah, I'll say I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah, but that's not like a cuss word.
Oh.
I think there might be some confusion.
Oh, no, I got it.
Okay, so we're a little confused. Okay, let's try again. Yeah.
Death.
So death is a swear, a cost to you?
Yes, like death is on your horizon because I'm going to stab you with a knife.
Okay, so yeah, so I think we might be just not communicating tonight. Dinky. So death is also, I mean, it'd be, death is bad, but people don't say death as like a cuss word or death you or what the death, something like that. So do you see where I'm going? Do you see how that's not really what we're talking about?
Yes. That makes sense to me.
Okay, so
in my twisted mind.
Okay, let's try again then. Let's try again. What's one of your favorite cuss words then?
How about bloody murder?
Yeah, not doing it. We do have we got a communal vision coming in a moment, but I will say that okay, so I definitely think we're miscommunicating. That you're not really getting it. I don't think and I'm trying to think back to like the months that you've been a part of the program, Dinky, and I don't think I've ever heard you say a cuss word.
Oh, I'm sure I say them all the time because that's what someone with a dark, twisted soul would do.
Big Memes says, caller, go fuck yourself. Any response?
Oh, I find sexual things a little gross, honestly, and that's like a line I don't want to cross.
So, see, but that would be an example of a cuss word, though. Do you see where, like, that the word fuck is...
Oh, I do. Okay, I got a good cuss word.
Yeah, okay, let's try again.
Sex, because I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Clown.
No, but that's the thing, like... Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that word is a cuss word. So sex is actually a very common, scientific word. In much way, like the parakeet. You might not like a parakeet, but just because you don't like the parakeet doesn't make that word a cuss word.
I don't have any problem with parakeets, honestly.
Okay, yeah, no, that was just an example of like kind of. I'm just trying to break this down.
I guess if a parakeet brought someone joy, I would think that was bad, or I would think that
right.
was good.
So when you see something that you don't like, then and you get really frustrated and say,
I say, I'm going to stab you with a bloody knife.
Yeah, so, okay, let's try again. How do you explain what a cuss word is? Okay, we got another communal vision coming in from TravCam0. Travcam says, caller, is wasabi a bad word? I don't like wasabi or horseradish very much. And it's not a spicy thing. Something about the taste.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Do you know the technical term for a dog with a vagina?
Enlighten me, Guru.
You don't know.
I didn't do well in school.
So you got bad grades because you're a twisted kid.
To me, F's are A's.
Overturned. We got rated by Space Cat 3. Namaste to you. Communal Vision also coming in from Overturned Big Rig. What about the Dick in Dick Destroyer?
My father's name was Richard, and I want to destroy him.
Oh, so that's more of a father reference.
My father and I had a tumultuous relationship when I was a child.
Okay, Space Cat 3, namaste. Thank you and welcome, Raiders, to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. We're having a night tonight where you can cuss all you want. So it's Friday night. If you want to get in here and just start swearing, it's all you. Namaste. Now, so what was your, let's talk about your father then. What was it like growing up? Maiko Psycho, namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. It's so good to have you. Tonight is Explorations with Leslie Tanner, and you can cuss all you want tonight. There's no rules, no limits, no rules. Just go for it, all right? Right now we're speaking to Dinky the Dick Destroyer, which he was talking about. I thought he was destroying like penises, dick being a derogatory slang for penis. But we learned that Dinky's father's his first name was Richard, and they had a rough relationship. And so we're about to dive in. Dinky, talk to me. What was it like growing up with your father?
My father was very abusive to me, both verbally and physically.
And what kind of abuse?
Well, he would chase me around the house and hit me. And one thing, though, that I did like is he would always give me a special name each night. And I would cherish that as a connection moment. Well, one day after I had accidentally knocked over his beer, he gave me a new name. He said I was a butt fucker.
he said butt fucker. See, now there we go. Butt fucker is a bad one.
What?
The word butt fucker is a bad word. That's a cuss word.
That wasn't him being nice.
Yeah, butt fucker is the word fuck is a cuss word, and if you put the word fuck with butt with a butt, that means like penetrating an ass.
I don't like sex.
Okay, so you're uncomfortable with this. This is bringing up some feelings, some emotions.
Yeah. I'm gonna murder you, Leslie, for bringing these emotions up with a bloody knife.
Uh-oh. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. Here we go. Now, with a bloody knife. Now, is your father still with us? Is your father still alive?
In my dreams, which to me, others would be nightmares, but I like nightmares, so they're dreams to me.
And so he's dead in real life?
Yes.
Well, Dinky, have you ever considered becoming a father yourself?
No, I'm ace.
So you're ace, meaning asexual. Those that don't know what that means, ace means asexual. And so you're not going to become a father because you don't have sex.
That's right. I'm too busy murdering with a bloody knife.
Okay, and then Have you ever gotten close to having sex before?
I once had a woman grab my rear end.
I wish this would stop.
When I was murdering her.
And so she grabbed your rear end and you murdered her. You murdered a woman.
That's right.
Now, how'd you murder this? How did you kill this woman?
I stabbed her with a bloody knife.
Yeah. So bloody knife. She grabbed your ear. She grabbed your little tush. Where were you at?
I was at my Dark Twisted Carnival.
So it was your carnival, your property, your thing. A woman grabbed your little tushy and you stabbed her how many times?
I stabbed her 29 times.
29 times. That's a lot of times, huh?
It's more than necessary, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, and that's just because you're so dark and twisted.
That's right, because to a normal person, just enough stabs to kill them would be enough. But for me, it needs to be more. This woman also looks like my mother.
So listen, if your father was with us tonight still, if let's just say he was with, if you had to say, and you want to say one thing to your father right now, what would you say to your father, Dinky?
Are you happy with me?
Are you happy with me, knowing that he would not be happy with you?
I thought maybe there'd be a chance.
Oh, so you're open to the possibility of him being happy with you?
After seeing what I've done since he's died from hell.
Interesting. Okay. Well, wow. This is Dinky. Can I be honest with you?
Please, Guru.
Now, when you come on here before and you start talking about being dark and twisted, and we've seen the makeup, we've seen your getup, and we all knew you to be dark and twisted because you say it all the time. But after speaking to you, just asking a couple questions and listening, you're actually a lot sadder than I thought it would be.
There's nothing sadder than a crazy murdering clown coming to get you.
Yeah, no, I mean beyond that, beyond the clown stuff, beyond the murdering women, and beyond there's a hurt little boy underneath all that, Dinky.
Hurt people, Leslie.
A hurt little boy that just needs his father to give him a hug and tell him everything's going to be okay.
I'm scared of thunder.
When was the last time you wet the bed, Dinky?
I don't remember the last time I slept in a bed, but I wet my pants all the time.
Now, normally I like to keep things light here on Explorations. Normally I like to keep the energy up, and I like to save these for the one-on-ones, these kinds of situations. GP Bear says, Leslie, please hang up. GP Bear, you've got control. I'm not going to do that. You've all got control. Well, then it sucks to be poor. Just put a message up saying, I'm poor and I'm a piece of shit that can't control the world around me and it upsets me. Just say that next time. Instead of whining to me about who should talk and who shouldn't talk. So right now, this is called a breakthrough. Dinky. I like to save this sort of thing for one-on-one, but since we're going there, we're going there. This is a breakthrough. It may not feel... How do you feel right now, being this honest and bearing your soul with me?
I feel dark and twisted.
Okay, I believe you. Wow. Okay, well, Dinky, I just want you to think about what we talked about tonight, and I'm going to think about what we talked about tonight. And next time you call in, I'm going to have a game plan for you, okay?
Thank you, Guru.
Yeah. Well, anything else that you'd like to share with the chat before we move on?
Just one swear to sign me off.
Okay.
Death murder.
Yeah, that's still not it. That's not right.
Good night, Guru. Good night.
All right, good night. Fram. One moment, caller. We've got a call in. We've got a communal vision. Yep, I sure do like cats. It said, Dinky, my love, I did a drawing of you in the art. I would imagine it's in the art channel in the Discord server. Dinky, my love, I did a drawing of you. Guys, we have Wiki, we have Leslie, and we have Dinky done by Yep, I sure do like cats, a.k.a. Michaela, in the art channel on the Discord server. Namaste. Wow. And then we've got another communal vision that, yeah, because I was steeped in a session. If somebody wants to yell at me again, please. Leslie, you missed a communal vision. Look at chat. How many stabs does it take to kill someone? That could have been a good question. That would have been a good question for Dinky. That would have been. You're right. That would have been a 100% good question for Dinky. Thanks so much, everybody. And dipshit. And we have dipshit in there. Thank you so much. Yep, I sure do like cats. Wow. We've got our personal what's it called? The little portrait artist. Namaste to you. Very talented that Michaela is. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. This is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
You can call me Reverend at all costs money. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great at all costs money. Having a great night. Talk to me about how you're doing. How are you doing tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. Unlike the previous caller, I love thunderstorms. In fact, you could check out my, I believe my last stream was just me recording a thunderstorm from my back porch. I don't know if the VOD got uploaded or not, but if it's there, just check it out. If you like thunder and rain, I'm sitting outside right now getting high in the rain. I love it.
Getting high in the rain. You getting wet? You're on your porch.
It's a covered porch, no windows or anything, but like it's recessed enough, and it's not actually raining right now, but it was the other day. Anyways, we're talking about swearing. Correct?
Yes, we are. Not me. So I love this. Not me. Not a single positive thing to say about the community, about the program. Barely taking it seriously, but certainly on my ass about not reading chat. Listen, when somebody calls in, they have my undivided attention. Okay.
It's one of the many things I appreciate about you, Leslie.
I'm not here.
Commitment.
Listen, I don't put on some goddamn clown frog outfit or whatever and makeup and just whack off. I'm here to give you my life and my blood. I'm here to give you my life and my blood. Okay? All right? Let's make that perfectly clear. I'm not going to split my attention. I'm going to go where the program needs. I'm not here to pretend I'm anybody's father. I'm not here to just kind of do Jim Halpert or something. Oh, shut the fuck up, idiot. She says, shut the fuck up, idiot. That's so funny. That's so funny. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about swears at all costs money.
Indeed. And I'm going to continue to choose not to, but I can tell you what my favorite swear word is because it upsets everyone. and including the person who uses it, I think, if they have any sense of like self-proprietary at all.
Real quick, is it TOS?
I don't know, which is why I'm not going to say it, but it does. Remember Bob Saget, the comedian?
Oh yeah, you can't say that one.
Yep, that is my absolute favorite swear word because everybody will drop what they're doing and pay attention to you. It doesn't matter whether you say it to an elderly person, a doctor, the drive-through guy, your mail person, your wife, children on the playground. It doesn't matter who you say it to. If anybody hears you say that word, you're automatically the bad guy.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of the words that has still got a little perimeter around it, and it invokes such a violence in our minds that everybody really peaks up when it hits the air. Now, who said this? I think somebody. Sir Ashu says it's not TOS if you're nice about it. I don't think that's true with this one.
Yeah, I'm just not going to chance it. Like, I understand how the program works.
Well, actually, somebody
so on the program.
Somebody called. Honestly, it was. You remember? Dick Root Dave?
I do not. I'm not sure if I was here for those days.
Yeah, either Dick Root. He had two. It was Dave, or it was Dick Root Dave because he talked to us about the root of his penis. And or he would talk about his dead wife. So sometimes we'd call him Dead Wife Dave. But he really is still a historic explorer. But the last time he used to really go at it with Larry Picklejar, and he would call in over and over again, and Larry would terminate him, and Dave would just call for a long time. Dave would just call him a cocksucker. He was an older guy. They just call him, Larry, you cocksucker. Larry, you cocksucker. I'll bet you suck cocks, you cocksucker, blah, blah, blah. But, like, you could tell his brain wanted to express itself, and it just kept running against this wall because he knew that he couldn't say the thing that he wanted to say. But then one time, he had called, like, the fifth or sixth time in a row, and after, like, 5 or 6 consecutive terminations, he went ahead and said it. He said the word that you're trying to get to. And we had to... We had to hang up and burn the VOD because it's against TOS. But that was a night to remember. I'm sure those of you that were here. Was anybody here that night? Does anybody remember that night?
You know, that could be a VHS that could slip out.
Can gay people say it?
They do all the time to each other. It's
I just been on Twitch.
No, I haven't even heard it in some of the like you'll hear. Pardon me, gamer words in Discord.
I miss Dave,
but like.
Well, I know. They never stopped saying it. They never stopped saying that word. At least the ones I'm friends with never stopped saying it.
Right, but I don't. It's not a word I see on Twitch.
But I never see.
Or hear.
I never hear it. I never hear like a very obviously, explicitly gay streamer let it rip.
Right.
Well, because it's not like it's it'd be different with like racial slurs because especially if someone's black, you can you're not gonna have 100% rate guessing whether someone's black or not, but you can put your money on something a little bit better. Like when they say the N-word, then. Though,
but if hold up.
But you can't. Are you going to clock all the gay people? And then how good's your batting average going to be? I'll bet not as good.
Right. But at the end of the day, though, like if you touch on them at all, right? If you try to encroach on that or use that word at all in a public space, it's over. You're done. Like, you are canceled. People aren't going to talk to you, or they're going to you're not going to make any friends, that's for sure. So if you really want, like, to be violent, instead of getting to know your names, just stare at them and use that word at them.
Yeah, I guess if you got to get it out, I'd go to, like, a pawn shop, maybe.
Drag club.
A drag club?
Yep.
Ooh. I mean, it's a little riskier than a pawn shop. Or like a currency exchange.
See, a lot of people in my
Western
area,
Union.
Yeah, that's all Walmart, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, in a
things
smaller
just
town,
Walmart
yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I'm in a smaller town.
There, you're either gonna find if you say the word at like a gay nightclub in the middle of a drag show, it's either gonna go good or it's gonna go real bad.
Or it's gonna go real, real bad, right? You gotta kind of feel that out. Like, I don't think that's a person with like straight autism should be using, right? Because that's just a no. Like, again, I think it's one of the most violent words in the American English language on this continent at this time.
Yeah.
And it's also one of my favorites because I don't get to use it.
Cabela's? Well, but Cabela's is like, that's like, they might be on your side if you say it, but they might be like, that's not polite. You know? Like, hey, watch your mouth at the dinner table. It's Sunday. Communal vision, TravCam, it could also go really bad. Yeah, really good point, Trav. Really good point, Trav. Appreciate that.
I bet you could get away with it at a Wells Fargo.
Nah. I think I don't know what kind of Wells Fargos you go to, but
you don't think so?
No, I mean they're wearing like nice clothes and they've got HR up the ass at a Wells Fargo.
Right, so that's why I think if you drop it in a just kind of way, like in a jovial way, like or in a complimentary way, like say you walk in with one of your like effing boyfriends, right? And he's acting very that direction. And you can
then that's a different situation. Then we're talking about then you are TravCam Zero, thanks. It could also go pretty bad, I bet, too. Yeah, it's a roll of the dice. Roll the dice. You're right,
yeah,
Trav.
It's really big. That's very important information to have. So yeah, my other favorite one though is you baby raper.
Baby raper.
I don't know.
Baby raper.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a slur or not or a swear word, but
I mean, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, so it's my other favorite one to call somebody.
It'd be kind of confusing. If you stub your toe at a GameStop and you said baby raper, that'd just be like, what the fuck? Not even necessarily like, shit, fuck, damn. Orchestar says, if you're rich at a Wells Fargo, you probably can. Yeah, if you're rich, I mean, if you're rich at a lot of places, you can kind of just do it.
Yeah, you could just kind of do whatever, though. Like, money's a superpower. The sooner people realize that, the better off they're going to be. Or maybe they don't want to realize it.
But you could I would say probably a little bit better, maybe a better chance of getting away with it as like a pontoon boat shop. Like a place that sells pontoon boats. Deceitful. Isn't there a South Park scene that explains this?
I haven't.
I mean, I would imagine I would imagine those boys explored the ins and outs of this word. Does my extreme debt make me a supervillain? No, but it means you can definitely not say swears. Sorry, they will come and get your ass. They will come if you owe a bunch of money, you got some credit card debt, you're working some fucking working class job, you better watch your fucking mouth.
It's either that or what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to like start swearing randomly in every single like text message and email that you send. Just to fuck up the AI.
Interesting.
Like, hey mom, I had a great hot dog in my anus day at the park. Like, just really every single text message, every letter you send, it just start adding some random swears in and nonsensical stuff just to fuck with the algorithm.
I think that's you're I think we need that kind of thinking more. We need that kind of thinking more. We need that sort of who'd be interested to hear that Applebox. I was always talking about the algorithm in freedom fighting within the algorithm, and I think that's the kind of critical thinking and the sort of vanguard thinking that we need. How does the human? What do we do when the human spirit intersects with the repressive, suppressive force of the algorithm and technology in general? TravCam0. Some fat idiot was suggesting selling green cards for millions. Why can't we sell slur passes instead? People would pay for those. Honestly,
I would pitch that at your next local council meeting.
That would crush.
Literally, show up at your next local council meeting and be like, hey, I got this bitch, and I guarantee you're going to get Republican backing.
I mean, and honestly,
that's a good one, bro.
That's tremendous. I would imagine
that's powerful.
Yeah, kind of right below your license class, you have a DCBA class license, and then if maybe you've got maybe a Roman numeral system that means how hard you can go, or how harshly you can say the consonants when you say it too.
Right. They can even set it up with the in time with the the MPAA ratings system that they use for movies and TV.
Mm-hmm.
They can just incorporate it because our phones are listening to us all the time, anyways, right?
Let's make it work for us. I'm a Yang Gang guy on this. Let's make technology work for us. I want to own financial stock in my own data, and I want to be able to pass a standardized test at the DMV so that I could say a slur should I need to in the event of it being necessary.
I'd be okay with that, but I would also be okay with every time someone said my name, it automatically debited a small amount of money from their account and deposited it into my account.
Interesting. Wow, much to think about. Well, listen, at All Cost Money, I think we've really dived in deep on a topic that I really appreciate the bravery that you showed tonight in bringing this all up.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say that I am an algorithm freedom fighter. I actually have the shirt. When do we get Leslie merch?
Honestly, soon. It's gonna. We're working on a website and a couple of other things so that they kind of pop off at the same time. So we will have it. I don't want to say an actual time frame because it always fucks me in the ass. So I will say soon though. It's actually being worked on.
If you're taking ideas, I would love a Leslie scarf and driving gloves.
See, this is the thing. I might just say, yeah. What are some? Oh wait, a scarf and driving gloves?
Yes, sir. Get bougie. Is bougie a swear? It should be. Namaste.
Namaste to you. No, we're working on the website. We're working on the thing. On some merch. And honestly, 1 second, caller. And one, I'm not going to say, give me merch ideas, because if I do, I'm not going to listen. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't mean any disrespect. But if I'm like, oh yeah, maybe we should do a poll. No, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to listen to what other people have to say. Namaste to you. But we will have merch. We'll have merch soon. I promise. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Guru, Explorer of the Month, Fram here.
Namaste. Explorer of the Month. Let's go ahead and hit the button. It's been a while since we hit the button.
It has. It's been like a week.
Yeah, 1 second. Let's hit it.
You got it.
Namaste. Well, Explorer of the Month, Fram, guys. And also, by the way, massive congratulations. Also, a funny little joke that we've been playing on Toaster all month. Toaster, it's the reason that's funny is because, the idea that he could be Explorer of the Month is so just laughably funny that putting him there is just like, oh, that's so not real that it's funny to say. But Fram, you are the deserving Explorer of the Month, and I really appreciate you calling up tonight. You're going to be closing us out tonight, actually, by the way.
Oh, nice. I did it. I like being last.
Yeah, here we go. Well, Fram Weard calling in last on a really fun night in which we can cuss all we want. So talk to me, Fram. How you doing? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good. And, I just wanted to say, I know Toaster puts on a front, like he's all mad about the joke we play, but I've been talking to him behind the scenes, and he thinks it's like the funniest shit he's ever heard.
Toaster?
I just wanted to relay those. Yeah. I just wanted to relay those,
So he calls up and he puts on the act that he hates it and he's hurt his feelings, but in real life, he thinks it's so funny.
Yeah, he finds it incredibly entertaining, and I think you've inspired him. I think his show is, on an upswing because of it.
Love this.
Good content, man.
Those of us that have been close to Toaster these past, 4 to 6 weeks we witnessed a change in Toaster, haven't we?
Yeah, we really have. Like you can hear it in his voice, even. Like he doesn't even have to be like, doing the show. It's just how he is now.
Yeah, he just is. The program is truly working through Toaster as of late.
Yeah, and I think he really helps him. Finally sink into, not just his character, but himself. He was kind of like split in half there for a second, or, maybe his whole life. I don't know. I'm only recently friends with Toaster, but.
No, you're right. Clint does improv, rating, explorations with Leslie Tanner. Namaste to Clint. Namaste to all of the Raiders joining us here on Explorations with Leslie Tanner. How are you all doing, Raiders? Welcome to Explorations. Tonight we are discussing, you can cuss all you want. So on Wednesday night this week, we held our tongues. There was no swearing all night. None of us could swear. But tonight, Friday night, we are letting it loose. Take that ponytail down, take the top down on the Sebring, and fucking let it loose. Say any swear you want. I don't even care. Tonight. Just say whatever it is. Say whatever. Clint, how was the stream, though, by the way? How was the stream? Talk to me about how the stream was. Was it good, bad? I would love to hear. I would love to hear back. Namaste, Raiders, though. It's wonderful to have you guys.
How many Raiders we got?
We just got 44 of them from Clint Does Improv.
Nice.
Let's do a quick shout-out for Clint Does Improv. Quick shout-out. Real quick shout-out. Shout-out! Clint. Does it have... Yeah, it does have underscores. Does...
Yeah, you gotta drop the S-O on it.
IMPROV. Did I say that? Did I do it right? Yeah.
Don't ask me about spelling.
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. So, real quick, I'm just going to tell the Raiders what they're getting into. So, this is Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country. We've seen the program touch lives from coast to coast all over the world. If you're a human being, then what this program is designed to do is to give you the tools by which to transform your life from the ground up. And we've seen it regardless of race, gender, religion, age, anything that we are told separates us in any way. We come to the program, we find that we are human beings. And what makes us tick and what makes our power sort of germinate from a very small little seedling at a young age is the same exact thing no matter who you are. And that is what we come here to explore every single stream. So namaste to each of you. I'm sure you've heard that the program works. And allow me a quick moment to explain exactly what the program is. So we've heard this phrase. Fram, you've heard the phrase, the program works, right?
Oh, I've definitely heard the phrase, Guru. I've said it a few times myself.
And the reason we say it so often and frequently here is because To be honest with you, it's just because it works. The program simply works. But now I understand why someone would be skeptical. You know, a figure like me on the screen saying, I've seen somebody like this before, making every promise under the sun. You're gonna make me. I'm gonna have more money in my bank account. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna, find that romance, et cetera, et cetera. Well, let me tell you what sets this program apart. And first of all, is you stay skeptical and you see it work for you in your life, and you stay skeptical until you see it. But let me tell you what you're putting in place in your life to see if it works. So here at Explorations, there are 4 tenets. 4 basic tenets to the program that you see here. And if you open up the channel points, you'll notice the first 4 tenets. Real quick, the very first one, let's start at the top. Now, the first one is my least favorite, but it is the most important step of the program, unfortunately, and that is to relax. That is to relax. Now, relaxing is I don't like it, my least favorite, because it hurts. It does not feel good. It feels bad. And that is by design. Now, if you're one of these people out here that goes on a little walk, that drinks a little bit of tea, lights a nice smelling candle, and you tell yourself you're relaxing, no, what you're doing is killing yourself. That is not relaxing. You need to get away from that stuff. You need to throw it all in the trash. Quick rule of thumb, if it feels bad, you're relaxing. If it feels good, you're simply not relaxing. Now, after we relax, we'll notice certain things about ourselves, our mind, what's happening inside of our body, something with maybe people that we see in the world that we share. Now, before we express a dang thing, we need to take those things that we notice under the power of questioning. We question those things. We relax, we notice, and then we question the things that we notice. Now, questioning is a very powerful tool, and just to put it simply, we question to destroy here. We question to destroy anything that can be destroyed. Anything, any single thing that can be destroyed by questioning it is what we seek to do. We do not seek to perfect our understanding. We do not seek to refine our understanding. We seek to destroy, and once we have found something that we can't destroy, ladies and gentlemen, that is when we turn to the third step of the program, and that is to express ourselves. Expressing is my favorite and by far the most fucking pointless step of the program. It's so fun, right? We write our little songs, we do our little dances. Much like this eagle spreads its wings to express itself and make love and to have children and to feed its young and its love and blah, blah, blah. We must express ourselves. Now, any artist worth their salt will tell you self-expression is fucking pointless. And if they're telling you that it's important, they tell you to tell your story and that it's important, you turn away. They are trying to sell you Herbalife, essentially. They're trying to sell you multi-level marketing, get you trapped on a little thing that's going to ruin your life. Don't do it. But if you talk to an artist and they say, this is pointless, I don't care. Yeah, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't do it. I don't give a shit. I can't even tell myself whether I should be doing this. They're telling you the right stuff. Now, once you reach this level of utter defeat by expressing yourself to a point of absolute impotence and inadequacy, ladies and gentlemen, that's when you're exploring. 4th step of the program. To explore this universe is to be defeated. If you have not defeated yourself, then you are not exploring. If you feel as if you have power, you are empowered. You have some sort of agency, that there is some worth to you. If you are telling yourself these fairy tales, ladies and gentlemen, you are simply not exploring. You are a fraction of the power that you could be expressing through the defeated self. Namaste. So once you find yourself at that level, that is when you're exploring, and that's when we can start talking. That's when you can truly think thoughts, truly feel feelings, and truly become yourself. Now, back to you, Fram, our final caller of the evening. What is it that we were talking about?
Just 1 second. I'm still absorbing, again, a little bit the wisdom.
Right. It's a lot. When you get to the 4 steps, it's a lot.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, I'm good now. What's up?
Okay, beautiful. So what stood out to you about what I just shared this time? Certainly you've heard my spiel a million times, but this time, what stood out to you? What gave you a moment of pause?
I have heard it a million times, but every time I hear it, I feel like it's the first time, and I'm always finding new things in it. But I keep returning to, I think, what you said about express and self-expression. I really like that one. I think you'll find that I express myself a lot in the community, many times in very pointless and counterproductive ways. And, you know, that's just, I sort of seek out a negative interaction. And you know, you get a little bit of the socialization, which they say humans need to,
Sure. Yeah.
you know, not thrive, but, you know, keep moving forward, because you don't want to go too hard and, you know, drive yourself to, we don't want to talk about that on Twitch.
Right. Of course. Yeah. But we know what you're getting at. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You know, it's a delicate balance. So, you know, I do the socialization, but I make sure to only talk to people that I actively am frustrated and annoyed with.
So you find yourself interacting with people that you are frustrated and annoyed with. That's what came to your mind.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's kind of dangerous because I think I'm starting to, you know, enjoy it. So I think the next step for me is maybe finding a new hobby.
Well, you know, this is what I love about people talk to me all the time about the generation of the self, right? Now, if you go to a lot of these other mental health communities and just a lot of streams in general that consider themselves mental health safe spaces and, you know, some such other childish bullshit, they'll tell you that the generation of the self-empowerment is good, and that they'll say that, you know, you shouldn't have enemies. That, you know, we support each other. We think warmly about the world. Orchestar says, cuss already. Sheesh.
Yeah, I found that I think it makes me physically uncomfortable to do the things that people ask me to do. So I'm really trying, but just nothing comes to mind. Fuck, shit, cunt, ass, motherfucker, piss.
Right. Those are all good ones.
Yeah, I just threw out some arbitrary ones. But, you know, I'll try to work it in naturally moving forward. Thank you, Orc. Yeah,
thanks for keeping us fork, Historic. Namaste. No. The thing about the self, right, is and this is going to get real theoretical, and this is only going to I know not a lot of people like to speak like this, so, you know, bear with me for a moment, humor me.
Yeah, I got you.
At the very moment, at the genesis of consciousness and self. Maybe let's not say consciousness. Let's just say self, right? The generation of the self, the singular self. You know, let's think back to our infancy, right? The self sort of just kind of congeals over time, and at that moment, what also congeals at the same exact moment, at the same exact rate? The other.
You know, the other, okay.
The other. So the self differentiates itself from the other. Simultaneously, it develops the self as recognizing it is separate from someone else, that they are not.
Yeah, you're talking about like the shadow self, an equal but opposite reaction.
As things develop, the layers of the self, the aspects of the self, yes. But at that very first moment, the generation of the self, like you've got the baby barely understands that it exists, and then it realizes it's got hands, and then it differentiates the mother, right? The mother is different from me. And the mother is the perfect example of the initial other. Because not only does, on some level, does that mother, probably somewhere except for a few examples, want to try to help us, but also wants to fucking kill us.
Yeah.
Both an enemy and a family. You see what I'm saying?
You know, I do, and personally, I think that moment when I first realized my mother was a different person, it's kind of all been downhill from there.
Exactly. Now listen, Fram, oh Lord, it makes me so happy to hear you say that, because that is something that is so fundamental, so foundational to the program. Say that one more time.
Say what one more time? I'm sorry.
That thing about your mother and downhill.
Yeah. I think the moment I first realized my mother was a separate person, you know, that is to say, maybe the first time I met my mother, things just went downhill from there. I feel like that's the point when I hit the top, you know, of the hill and then started rolling down.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in the chat right now, for those of you that are new here and we might be in the weeds, I implore you to stick with this. I implore you to follow along. Let these seeds be planted in the damp soil of your mind to germinate on a later date. Because those that have been here for a minute, You're wondering what's really percolating under this program. What is this disaster, this wound, this calamity that we talk about all the time that is life? What is it? What is at its root? Where is our power coming from? And Fram just said it in maybe the most succinct way I have ever heard an explorer share this. Our power, our source power, began to be generated at exactly what Fram just shared with us. That the moment that he realized his mother was another person, it was all downhill.
You know, I like these topics. I like when we get in the weeds. I like to think of it as like, you know, the mysticism, you know, that's inherent to the program. Sort
Absolutely.
Of like, you got to let the ineffability sort of wash over you and go past you, and you know, you settle into the new real, and then it'll make sense. You don't really have to do nothing.
Exactly. And that's the thing. That's what, I know there's some raiders with us now that are wondering what the fuck is going on. You know, I thought we were just having fun saying cuss words on a Friday. But what I'm telling you guys is, listen, exactly what Fran put. This is the sort of, you know, you call it mystical, call it metaphysical, call it whatever you want. Preconscious, subconscious, unconscious, whatever word you want to use. This is the soil from which our power of the next level germinates, sprouts, grows, and also the soil and the germination that we spend our whole lives afraid of and suppressing and repressing. This is ground zero. So those of you that, I mean, you got a real treat right now, getting to speak to Fram this directly about what we're talking about.
well, thanks. I wouldn't say that, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Oh, no. Listen, no. Don't you shirk this off. Don't you shirk this off. I'm thankful to be able to jump into exactly the theoretical framework of the power of the next level when we get a chance. So often we got to, you know, play whack-a-mole with sort of the surface level conscious symptoms of a repressive barrier. But this right here, this is the stuff. This is the stuff that the real explorers are really going to be thankful for. If not tonight, someday soon.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I agree with you on that one. I'm just, you know, I'm trying not to let the Explorer of the Month thing go to my head, but you know what? Hey, what's up? It's Fram, your Explorer of the Month. I'm the king of this fucking shit.
Explorer of the Month, hitting it out of the fucking park tonight. Hitting it out of the goddamn park.
Thank you. It feels like a guru. It feels good. It feels good.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, I didn't expect you to go this hard, but you absolutely laid waste to the exploration tonight. And you did a terrific job. I really appreciate you calling and swinging big for the fences.
Well, you know where the inspiration comes from, Guru. You know, it's not only you, it's not only the program, but it's the community. It's my fellow explorers.
Are there a couple of fellow explorers that you wanna thank for their inspiration tonight?
Oh yeah. I really want to give a big shout out to Larry. I know I've been kind of like beating that horse dead, but it's just been really enjoyable. So I appreciate you being you. And I really have high hopes for your Mario Kart aspirations. I think you can do it. I really think you should try the just grounding your 3-year-old approach. Just put her in a cabinet and close it, and then go play Mario Kart. I don't see what the problem is. But, you know, I don't have kids, like you say. So, you know, just some friendly, advice that I came up with. It's personal, it's handmade.
I love that.
I didn't look that shit up.
Listen, no. There's no reason to hesitate. You're the big dog on campus right now, and we should be. We're all thankful to be able to get a heavy dose of you right now.
Thanks, Guru. Yeah, you know, like I also recently won Loser of the Year. I don't know if you noticed in Discord. So I'm really trying to ride these next few weeks out, you know, before the real crush hits. But I think it'll be good for me. I think being in complete despair will be a real path forward for me.
It'll be good.
Deeper into the program.
You got to get that in. You got to get the despair in. If you don't get the despair, you know, if you don't get the despair in, it'll catch up to you. So you know how that works.
I sure do.
Yeah. Namaste. Well, listen, I really appreciate you being so generous with yourself tonight, Fram.
Yeah, you got it, Guru.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we have a Camille Vision coming in. Camille Vision coming in from OM Godspeed. OM Godspeed. Can't wait to get this on screen and get this perspective explored.
I'm wiggling in excitement.
Yeah. Yep, our Sure Do Like Cats. By the way, this is the Sure Do Like Cats. This is the real stuff. This is the real stuff of the program. OM Godspeed says, here's some friendly advice, Fram. The average American has 2.4 ACOG 4X scopes trained on the hairs of their necks.
Okay. All right. So that's all of us then? Like, we're all kind of equally in the same situation?
Yeah, no fucking clue what that means.
Yeah, are the ACOGs attached to guns? Like, why just mention the sight? I don't know. He loves gear, bro. Like, he loves it. I think he wants to fuck, like, a Picatinny rail or whatever that stupid shit is called.
Oh, what was it?
Like a Picatinny rail? I don't know what this, like, gun fetishism is, you know? Like, I mean, I would shoot a gun.
There's somebody on Instagram shared a clip from, they remixed a Leslie clip on Instagram.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, and they used a bunch of, like, fucking psycho gun words that, like, made no sense. Right?
I did not understand a goddamn word, but it was awesome.
I was uncomfortable.
I left a comment saying, I have no idea what these words mean. They were all in reference to, like, AR-15 stuff or something, and I was like, I don't know what these words mean, but I'm excited to learn about your passion. And
doesn't it feel great to say,
huh?
You know, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Doesn't it feel great to say, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I love it?
Oh, yeah, it was tremendous. Well, it's like the only way to start a relationship with these men, because I have no fucking clue what they were talking about. And and then he responded. He was very blunt. He just said, "Listen, basically, we're all just a bunch of retards who like guns." And I was like, "Listen,
and I think
I'm in the right spot then."
Yeah, I think that's how these men procreate. I think it's a reproductive process. I think tomorrow you might wake up just a little bit more of a gun nut.
I mean, I am not anti-gun. I'll say that. I'll say that right now. Not anti-gun.
But I'm talking like nutty. I'm talking like you spend time on a video like the pair that individual made. You know what I mean? Like.
No, did you see one of the videos where he just like? They are really retarded videos. They're just like he's just like shooting a gun out of his like 30-year-old Ford Explorer.
Yeah, it's like that face when, and then like an incomprehensible statement.
Yeah, it was just like some. Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it, but yeah, that was let's get into guns, guys.
That's a good topic.
We actually covered that as a topic a couple years ago. We should maybe bring it back.
Yeah, well, yeah, the landscape is constantly evolving. I think it's probably been long enough for that to be an interesting.
Oh yeah, different cultural thing now. Yeah.
Yeah, shit's getting weird. Like, we might just be able to like shoot poor people soon.
Yeah, and because there's and that God knows we've covered that enough times on calls, shooting poor and homeless people. Going over the merits of it and whatnot. But listen, let's save the gun talk for another night. How about?
Yeah. You got it. That makes sense.
Fram, thank you so much for calling tonight.
Yeah, no problem. It was a pleasure. I have a good time every time. You know.
Of course, I appreciate you finding time for us. Well, listen. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Hopefully you get through. Or we connect some other way, because it's always a treat. Always a treat to talk to our Explorer of the Month.
Yeah, same. All right, Guru.
All right.
Take it easy, everyone.
Namaste, Fram.
Namaste.
Namaste. Wow. Duncan, just follow the Doofus. Remember I think you were like the first art contributor, Doofus Dusseldorf. You did that really beautiful Leslie with guns, like sliding down a stair banister thing. That was gorgeous. I still just look at it. It's kind of just bespoke. Gorgeous stuff. Namaste, everybody. Well, guys, if you came from the raid from Clinton's Improv, or you just been hanging out all night, namaste, guys. Thank you so much for being here on a gorgeous Friday evening. It's been absolutely a treat to be with you tonight as we explored You Can Cuss All You Want tonight. And that was what a fun night we had on a Friday night, just saying a bunch of swear words. Thank you so much for joining me. And guys, and also I want to send a special thank you to my moderation team for, I told them sometimes, guys, in the past when I'll rattle the cage a little bit in a certain wild direction. And sometimes the chat, you guys tart out a little too hard. Sometimes you start really bucking up against the guardrails and threatening the constitution of the stream as far as its ability to exist on twitch.tv. But none of you did it. None of you actually just played chicken with God for us tonight, and I really appreciate that. So namaste to you. Thank you also to my mod team, because I told them, listen, shoot to kill tonight. Sometimes if I just give the permission to say the F word, then they start like getting weird. You know what I'm talking about, all right? You know goddamn what I'm talking about. A couple of you like to buck up against the guardrail, and I love the energy. I do. I wish that we didn't even need the guardrail. I wish that we didn't even need the goddamn guardrail. Maybe in the future, maybe we can have a little Discord stream and just get rid of the guardrails. You know what I mean? Namaste. Well, guys, and thank you so much to my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Guys, if you want to join my community of devoted light, get to the podcast, get to the videos, get to the music downloads, get to the monthly postcard, type !Final Journey into the chat for a link how you can join tonight, just for a couple bucks a month. A couple bucks a month, you can get to the real good stuff. Namaste to you. Namaste. Namaste. Now, guys, we'll actually be back tomorrow night. Maybe an exploration, maybe a vibrations. I'll tell you tomorrow afternoon. But we'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night for a fresh, some sort of exploration. Tomorrow night, namaste to you. Did you watch Finding? No, I've never seen Finding Nemo. Thank you for asking, No Rubbers. I appreciate that. Join the Discord. Join the everything. Cherish. Yeah, Cherish, what do we think about the community of devoted light? Dumb loser. Blessings and namaste to you. Let's see who we got. Who's on right now? Who's up? Is Nerd Huckleberry? I thought it was Nurse Huckleberry. Fucked up last time. Nah, she ain't on. Who's on, huh? Let's go to... This will be a fun one. Is Fisk on? You know, I want to do this one because we haven't rated this guy in a while. If Fisk can prove to me that they liked and commented on the post that I specifically instructed them to do so, then I'll raid them. But until then, because they were giving me fucking guff about some they did this, oh, I don't get it. I'm dissociating, I don't get it. You understand what I'm saying? Are you a member? Are you an explorer? Or not? What's going on here? Namaste. Sweet dreams, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to go say what's up to Scooty. I don't even know. He's at some sort of carnival or something. I don't get jokes. I don't understand jokes. So, no, I'm going to say, guys, we'll be back tomorrow night. Exploration or vibrations, I'll let you know in the afternoon. Blessings and namaste. I'll see you guys all very soon. Let's go say what's up to Scooty. YouTube. If it's YouTube, guys, if it's join the Discord. If it's a vibrations tomorrow, then we can only do it then we can only do it on Twitch. Because YouTube flags everything for copyright when we try to do like a media share. But blessings.